Let's begin by letting yourself arrive with whatever is present for you in thought, in body, and in emotion. There's nothing here to accomplish and nowhere to get to. For the next while, you can let go of whatever transpired earlier in the day, what you might have on your plate tomorrow, and you can even let go of the effort of trying to fall asleep. You might let your eyes close if that feels all right, or let them rest, half opened and unfocused toward the dark. Whatever position you're in is the right one. You don't need to arrange your body into any particular shape. Notice the surface holding you, the bed, the pillow, whatever is beneath you. You don't have to hold yourself up right now. That is already being taken care of. See if you can allow yourself to soften and melt a little more fully into the space beneath you. You might notice the points of contact between your body and the surface you're on, the weight of your head, your shoulders, your back, the length of your legs. Or you might notice very little in some places. An area that feels muted, numb, or simply absent, maybe just a little different from what you'd expect. However it registers is information, not a problem or something to fix. And if it's available to you, you might let your attention drift toward your breath. Not to change it, slow it, or deepen it. Only to notice that it's already happening on its own. Air arriving, air leaving. Repeat. If breathing through your nose is comfortable, you might notice a coolness on the way in and a little warmth on the way out. However the breath moves is completely fine. This is happening without your help, without any effort required on your part. Now, you may have noticed that even as your body settles, the mind keeps going. Thoughts, images, replays of the day, plans for tomorrow, worries, unfinished to-do lists. At night, when the outside world goes quiet, the mind can get especially noisy. So instead of fighting it right now, let's turn and look at it directly. Picture, if you can, that all of that mental activity is playing on a screen. A big, bright screen somewhere out in front of you. Vivid color, sharp definition, high volume, fast moving, every thought lighting it up. This is simply what a busy mind looks like. There's nothing wrong with it. Your brain is doing its job, trying to solve, to protect, to prepare. Here's what I'd invite you to notice. You are not the screen. You're the one watching it. You are the one that is seeing these thoughts as a big picture in front of you. Recognizing this distinction can be helpful. You don't have to turn the screen off, and you really couldn't, even if you tried. And you've probably noticed from past experiences that this trying becomes its own kind of struggle that can keep you wide awake. So instead of trying to turn it off, just allow yourself to watch it. Maybe at a little distance. You might have the thought showing up, I won't fall asleep tonight. Just imagine that playing on the screen in front of you. Your worries scroll past, perhaps a memory, a plan for the future. Each of these things is just content moving across a surface out in front of you. You can let each one be there without climbing into it or attaching to it. And now, without forcing anything, notice what happens when you stop feeding the screen your energy and your attention. When you're not arguing with it or trying to shut it off, not stepping into the story. There's nothing fueling the screen. You might notice the color beginning to soften. The bright, saturated tones easing towards something a little more muted. Not because you're forcing this to happen, but because you've simply stopped pouring energy into it. The vivid colors fading toward a quiet gray. And perhaps the sound. The volume that felt so loud just moments ago, you might notice it slowly starting to lower. The thoughts still cross the screen, but they're quieter now. Less vibrant. Less interesting. A little further away. Like a television playing on the other side of the room, or maybe even in another room altogether. You can still tell that it's on, you just don't have to listen or pay it any attention. You might even start to notice the screen itself growing smaller. What filled your whole field of view a moment ago is now a little smaller, a little more distant, perhaps even obscured. Not gone, it's still there, still playing, but it takes up much less of the room now and less of your attention. Colors draining, volume lowering, edges blurring. The picture is just shrinking and fading. Not gone, not off, just turned down and muted. The way a screen looks in the last minutes before you drift, when you're too tired to follow the plot and it no longer matters whether you do. And you don't have to make sleep come. I want to emphasize that point. That doesn't have to be the goal. You're just here, watching a screen fade with a body that's being held and a breath that is moving on its own. If sleep arrives, you'll let it. And if it doesn't arrive yet, you can let that be true too, and just keep watching the screen grow dimmer and smaller and quieter. Either way, you are doing this exactly right. There is no version of this where you fail. And any thoughts that might flare back up, as thoughts tend to do, brightening, getting louder, pulling for your attention, that's normal. You don't have to be annoyed with it, but maybe see if you can allow yourself to be mildly amused, just noticing, and then once again allowing it to drain and fade. Color leaving, volume lowering, and the picture shrinking back down again. So rest here now for as long as you like. You are the one in the quiet room. The screen that is full of your thoughts is far away, dim and small, almost silent, playing to no one. You don't have to watch it anymore. You don't have to do anything at all. You are held where you are, grounded, rooted right here in the dark and the quiet. You can let yourself stay exactly here for as long as you would like. To close, I invite you to say this to yourself, or some version of this, just as a gentle reminder. I don't have to quiet my mind to rest. I only have to let it fade and allow myself to be held.